So good evening, guys. Yeah, today let's look at for tradable change of character. Continuation for the change of character we stopped from, right? But now let's look at for tradable ones. We have several change of character. Some can form from this thing. Some can form as a trap for traders, right? Why some they are what you should actually look out for in a chart. So and that is what we'll be doing. And that is what we'll be doing. So, okay, so tradable change of character. If you ever stop seeing my screen like fluently, yeah, let me know. Tradable. It's still under coach, right? It's still under change of character. So now, like you know, that change of character forms. You know how change of character forms, and you know that change of character signifies a bearish movement in price. Sorry, a reversal in price. That when change of character forms, price is going to reverse, right? But now we also have continuation change of character. I mean, it's not always like this. It's not always like this. Let me delete this. Okay, so it's not always like this that change of character will keep on appearing, right? It doesn't always. Let me start from the top self and go down. So it mustn't start, should I say, from the very bottom and from the very top. Okay, so let me keep marking. So if you try to trade this kind of thing, you should know that it's something that the market will hardly provide for you. Because now, if we are in a market in a market of an uptrend alone, so you are actually telling me that you won't be able to trade until you see change of character to the downside. And if you're in a and if you're in an uptrend and if you're in a downtrend market, what you're actually saying that you won't be able to trade until change of character forms to an uptrend. So then it's not always this way, right? This way just for you to understand that change of character causes reversals, right? This way only shows you that change of character, whenever they form, price tends to reverse, right? Yeah, so with that being said, we can actually do something quite more, should I say, advanced in change of character. So, and that goes this way, and that goes this way. My connection is unstable. Oh my God. I just got a message that the connection is unstable. Okay, but then yeah, formations like this, I will consider just a downtrend formation first. There are formations like this, you know, we are coming from an uptrend, right? And we are trying to reverse to the downside. We are coming from an uptrend, right? And we are trying to reverse to the downside. There are times where markets will actually be doing something like this. Let market like how market does, right? There are times markets will be doing something like this. Okay, how do I put that again? Like it does something like this, right? It keeps doing this change of character formations, or this change of character markouts, providing you several entries to trade the market, several entries. Okay, at this point here in price, you had your first change of character, which caused the major structure to reverse. You know, this caused the major structure to reverse to the downside, right? Now, if you are going to re-enter again, we are still in a downtrend, right? A confirmed downtrend. If you are going to enter again, some of the times, let me make this thing black. Black. Okay, so most of the times with you not seeing change of character from the top or from the bottom, you can actually see change of character when price is selling, right? Which will give you a way to trade the market in those minor structures, right? You will see change of character formations in all of them. Now, this change of character is they are not forming to reverse, right? They are not forming just to reverse to an uptrend. They are forming to continue the downtrend. Now, look at why the change of character is forming. Here now we are in a little uptrend at this point, right? If you go to your lower time frame, here is in an uptrend, and we need to reverse to the downside because we are in a downtrend structure. So price will form this smaller change of character. This is why several persons get takeouts when they trade change of character. If normal person now we would use here to long, would use here to trade the market to the upside, right? The person will try to trade to long the market from this change of character. This is a change of character for a sell continuation, not for a buy. This person will try to buy from this point, and at the same time, price will take you out. Yeah, so and price will sell from this point, right? So this kind of formations in a downtrend, they are change of character to continue the downtrend formations, right? So the structure is getting complicated as we continue. I don't want to be marking change of character in demo. Okay, let me do that. Let me do that change of character. Okay, let's give them some marking. Here is a change of character, right? Here is one. Here is one already. Okay. But okay, and when change of character occurs, here will be your supply zone, right? Price will always go back for a downtrend. Price will come back to that supply zone, right? So sell from supply zone. Okay, so that is the supply zone, and we had a BOS at the side, a break of market structure to the downside. This is a BOS. Here, this is a BOS, right? This one at this point, no a change of character, it's a BOS. So all these ones, apart from the first reversals, anyone that comes before it is a BOS. Apart from this change of character here, anyone that comes before it is a BOS, right? Apart from this change of character here, any low that comes before it is a BOS. Yeah, because BOS shows continuation that okay, yeah, price is going to keep on dropping. So yeah, so here is one of the change of character where you find your entry to continue selling this market as long as you're in the downtrend major structure. Look at where the major structure struck to a downtrend from this point, right? So now you're going to be trading with the trend, right? So it's called trend continuation. Trend continuation. So as you're flowing with this thing and price is going to and price keeps on selling to the downside. Am I marking my this thing wrong? I think the change of product should be here, right? Okay, but then this is a cool place to be. Let me keep this in here. So price you come here and to continue selling, and we'll keep on seeing structures like that. Structures like that. We'll keep on seeing structures like that. Trying to review your assignment at the same time. Okay, so it's something that it's not actually new. It's not new in the chart. This is a BOS at this point, right? This is a BOS at this point. And this change of character, this is like, you see this entry here, any person that tries to long at this point, they will all be packed out. You could see our price will be destroying those longs because you are going against the trend, right? And we are not even breaking structure to an uptrend. So let's say now we just had this thing, we just had this minor break here, and I think price is going to reverse to the downside. And the next thing, price takes you out, right? Price takes you out from this leg. Price takes you out from this leg. So, okay, then definitely this is where your change of pattern is occurring, not at this point, right? This is the point of the change of character. same as this one. It's still the same point here. All right, so here is your point of the change of character formation. But now, if you go to your chart with this information, you won't know this is a change of character. This is what I'm trying to use here to show you that things that is going to happen in the charts, they will look more complicated when trying to trade continuation, right? When trying to trade continuations, you see lots of informations on the charts, and these things will be distracting. So we will look out for live chat. So here will be your continuations to sell the market to the downside. All right, here will be your BOS there will be your BOS for price continuation. So now here won't be your change of character, here will be your BOS, right? And you will keep having things like this repeatedly forming. So this way you can trade the market alongside as it is selling. You mustn't wait until it wants to buy before you catch another change of character to sell to the downside, right? Yeah, so these are the structures we'll be selling. So same thing for an uptrend. Okay, let's say we want to reverse now. Let's say we want to reverse. Now, this is major structure we'll be targeting. This is the structure we'll be targeting before we tend to reverse. So we expect price to take out this high, not to form a minor high. Any high that price is forming like this, these things will continue selling. You see, any high that price forms this way, any high that price forms this way, right? Any high that price forms this way, like this, it will continue selling. Maybe after forming a bearish flag, will drop back. So you want to see price take out the major structure impulsively before saying that, oh, it reverse, right? You want to see price taking out this level, then coming back with a retracement, not with an impulsive move, right? Price will be coming back with a retracement. Then you can say that, okay, this level will hold, and then this one will form a minor change of character to confirm our trend, a minor change of character, and we start going to the upside. So let me get everything right together. So now we've taken out this high, and this is the major high you're looking out for. Remember, it's about patience. You're not rushing anywhere. So you have to wait till this high gets taken out before you can tell that we are going to reverse. So as you're reversing now, this won't be your entry, right? You'll be waiting for another change of character to form inside of that or inside of that demand zone, and another one will form, which will confirm that we are reversing, right? Which will confirm that we are going to reverse to the opposite directions. This is a change of character here. So, and this one now at this point will be your POI, your demand zone, your point of interest where you're looking to buy the market to the upside. Where you'll be looking to buy the market to the upside, right? And this way we can tend to start reversing. And as we are reversing now, we won't be breaking lows. What we are going to be breaking is highs as we are reversing, because we are not in an uptrend. What price will be breaking will be highs. So I know this structure looks a bit complicated, and if you don't actually grab change of character from the basics, I don't think you'll be getting this thing here. So these are the structure will look like. Then before we start reversing to the downside. So your aim now is to be trading along. Okay, let's say price wants to keep on forming. Okay, we took out this side, right? And at every distant break of market structure, at every high that has been taken, at least price will retrace 50%, right? But now let's say we started dropping to this direction, and we want to, this is a valid demand zone, right? So I want to continue buying to the upside. You see price will form a minor change of character before switching. And then at this point, you see another entry to buy to break this high, right? Price will form a minor change of character before switching to buy. Yeah, so you always find the entry. This is the major POI, right? Right. This is a major POI that you're looking to buy. This one is actually valid, but then if I'm to mark this thing like this, you see that this one triggers. So this is a major POI. I'm looking at change of character. Change of character has formed inside of that POI. So it's actually confirming that yes, we will reverse. And what you have to do is to buy from this point, and then trade the market to the upside continually. So this is how tradable change of character looks like. Now, there is something you shouldn't do. Don't try to buy or sell from somewhere when the change of character is not coming from a demand zone or a supply zone, right? Let's say you're in the middle of nowhere. You're in the middle of nowhere in your chart, and just a tiny something now form like this, and you think this thing is a reversal change of character. Okay, you know the change of character formation is like this, right? And I think this thing is a reversal change of character, without price from, if you look at higher time frame, without price coming from a certain supply zone, right? Price not coming from a supply zone at all. Let me mark this thing as X, which is failed. S means failed. Yeah. So price is not coming from a certain supply zone at all. And you now think of trying to sell because you spotted change of character. Look at what price will do to you. Here now we have BOS. I don't need to be telling that there's a BOS here. So here is a valid demand zone for price to take you out very swiftly. So price won't tap on this thing. It will just sell down to this point. It will sell down directly to this point, right? Form a continuation change of character, mitigate it, come to your entry, tap on it a little before taking you out. Yeah, so because you are trading against the trend, yeah, your where you're coming from to sell the market, no supply zone has been there, right? So, and to avoid this kind of thing, the change of character you'll be taking should be coming from a previous supply zone. That's when you go to higher time frame, 1 hour or something, you see that price is actually coming from a previous supply zone, telling you that, okay, this zone will hold. But as it's not coming from a previous supply zone, here, this long will take over and this thing will be taken out here. So you have your minor change of character here as an uptrend confirmation. So now here it look like an inducement to pack liquidity and drive people off their money, right? This zone at this point now will look like a zone to pack people off their money, and then the main buyers are present at this point, waiting for those things to happen. You know, we need this like a trap, a fake change of character, a trap to trap everybody at that point, and then we had our impulsive move. Price to come and break high. We are in a major uptrend and price is not coming from a supply zone. We were expecting price to break high, right? And so, and things like this will happen to you. Same thing goes for a downtrend. When you're in a downtrend, right, and you're selling the market, you're in a downtrend and an unknown change of character come and appear, right? An unknown change of character appeared, something that you don't even know where that thing is coming from, not from a previous demand zone. It just appeared from nowhere, right? And your next step is to, your next step here now, what you want to do now is to, map this thing, right? Map this thing and you want to place a trade. Is to map this thing and you want to place a trade at this point, right? We are in a downtrend, like a serious downtrend from the same time frame, not from a higher time frame, from that same time frame. I want to do something like this, and you check, price is not coming from the previous demand zone at all. This thing just formed out of nowhere, and this is a correctional move in a downtrend. I told you about expansion and retracement, right? This is an expansion. This is a retracement. Expansion, retracement, expansion. You don't trade the retracement, you trade the expansion because the expansion has more volume of profits in it. You can capitalize on your expansion, and that is where you should be capitalizing on, not a retracement. So now you taking this thing now, it's like taking a retracement. Price here, there will be an FVG here for price to fill, right? There will be a line FVG for price to fill. So price will definitely come to that your entry and then take you out, like price will take you out, and then we start selling back. And here will be your change of character that the price formed for you. This fake change of character here that made you wanting to long, price will clear you out, and then we had the continuation sell. So it's something that you should be taking note of. Don't try to sell the market using a change of character that is coming from nowhere, right? Yeah. So change of character is forming in lower time frame. I mean lower time frame, like 15 minutes time frame, should be coming from from at least 30 minutes or 1 hour demand zones, right? Yeah. So let's look at things like this in the chat. You keep seeing them. So decided to use BAT. Someone said I should check BAT chat. So these are how the formation here will be a fake change of character that would save you to trade the market at that point, and then price flip you and sell to the downside. My connection is unstable. If you can see my screen and hear me clearly, indicate. If you are following inclusively, indicate. If you are following, indicate. Can you hear me very well? I just want to know if you can hear me clearly and my chats clearly and what I've been marking. I also network issues connecting. So, okay, you can hear me very well. So let's look out for what we have in the chat. I don't know. I don't know the kind of chat this is, but then answer price show everything here. Price enter for me. Okay, so let me see from here alone. Since you're writing the part, I just want to get this information. Oh, delete. I just want to show you something that before price reverse, it must be coming from a supply zone. Let me go to 4-hour time frame. All right, 4-hour time frame. Let's look at 4-hour supply zone that sold this market, so this downside. Okay, so if you look at this thing now, if you look at this thing, all these sales that happen here, right? All these minor sales, all of them that happened here. The first sales was for this one, right? Which after this one happened, we had the major sale. The major sale came from this same POI here. They have two bearish order block at that point, and both held, right? And for this one now that came here, and for this one that come from this side, look at a change of character formation here. Price took out this high, right? And then took out this low, and took out this low, right? So if you're looking to sell the market to the downside, this will be a POI, right? This will be a POI. And then let me go to 1 hour time frame to see how many minor time frame change of characters we are forming inside of all of these things. Where is that structure? Yeah, it's lagging a bit. So inside this change of character now, this one is coming from a supply zone and we had a change of character. Inside there, before this one started to reverse, we also had a change of character, right? We had a change of character, which if you had capitalized on this one, you would actually miss on what is happening. Yeah, we definitely have missed on what's happening. But then you could see the change of character confirmation before we started selling again. This one gave you a change of character by taking out that high and then taking out this low, right? But then unfortunately, this one couldn't sell from this point. I think it's happened here. Yeah, there is a bad one there. 10 minutes, this will be ending, so I'll host a new one. So we had a change of character here before we started selling to the downside, right? I think my markings are getting wrong. Yeah, this way you have this thing. We reversed, although we didn't tap on this other block, right? But then here, all these things are your supply zone in full. And we started selling to the downside. Now, this is not the structure I want to show you because this structure is actually very ugly for me to be using. Yeah, it's the kind of structure I want to show you. I saw several of a sell change of character at this point. So we have one here, right? Coming from a supply zone, we cleared that high, we took out this low, right? We took out this low impulse inclusively, and you have your supply zone from this point. Now, as price sold from this supply zone, price came to fill that supply zone. We also have another supply zone here, which we can be using to capitalize on the market. And as these supply zones are forming, they are giving you this minor change of character structures. If you look at those inside structures, if you look at those inside structures, they are giving you change of character formation inside of all of them to continue selling the market to the downside, right? We keep on saying things like this. Ways you can be capitalizing on all of these minor structures, right? Now, seeing that the entire structure was bearish was when we took out this low, when we took out this major low. This was when you know that the entire structure has switched to bearish downtrend, right? And I think something happened at this point. Okay, we didn't tend to clear this. We only took out the low. We only took out the low. We only took out this low, right? We only took out this low. I think buyers were present here, which they cleared and then started selling. Let's look out for change of character formation that sponsored the sell. We have one here. I'm looking for a continuation. This chart's quite ugly. Still in a downtrend, you'll be seeing many of them forming inside that same downtrend, right? Just like what you have in your lower time frame. We have a change of character here. If I should go to a 1 minute chart, we had a minor change of character at this point. Right? Price took out that high and then took out this low. We have a minor change of character at this point, and then price came to mitigate this week before selling to the downside. Before selling to the downside, right? 3 minutes time frame. Okay, it's being recorded. It's being recorded. Here is the chart. Oh God, this lower time frame. Lower time frame like this aren't tradable. Let me switch back. I think I cannot find that structure in lower time frame. So let's continue keeping this thing coming, right? So here now we had a change of character at first here, right? We had a change of character here. We had a change of character here, and for you to take another change of character, let it be coming from this one that has already formed. Let it be coming from this one that has already formed. Don't take something that is not coming from your supply zone, right? And if I'm to take this one now, this one kind of trapped everybody. So you have here, right? You have here, price took out this load. So now your entry should be here. Your entry should be at this point, right? Your entry will be at this point. I mean, this one, even if it's invalidated, but this is the right entry to use. Invalidations are not something you can avoid. Yeah, so this one here now, coming from a previous change of character. So, or should I say coming from a previous supply zone. So you take from this POI, and as you're taking, you should be taking note of the lows breaking because this lows will be where you're going to be setting your targets, right? The lows breaking. As you're taking note of all of these things, you could see all of these minor change of characters. Minor change of characters, they are forming just very below. You could see this minor change of characters inside of all of these structures right here. So, and this one stood from a breaker block, not even from a from another block, a breaker block. So price you keep providing them, right? Price you keep creating them. They are too tiny for you to see. So let's keep them coming. Price you keep forming all of those change of character structures, right? You have them here, but then this one they didn't trigger. So anyone that didn't trigger, you should leave that one and wait for the next one. That let's say this one didn't trigger now, consider it a missed entry, and then this thing returns to liquidity when price is going to buy. Yeah, so you wait for another new one to form, right? Unless you haven't switched structure. So now at this point, when we wanted to buy to the upside, we had our change of character formation here. We had a change of character formation, and price was coming from a demand zone, right? Price was coming from a demand zone. You will see that price wasn't coming from anywhere region to buy from or do anything from. And these structures, I don't like the chart on SMR, even if as I can spot some things, I don't like the structures at all. But you could see this structure here now. This structure in particular is just the flow that this change of character will be using. Yeah, let me look out for I don't know if I have anything else. So if I have anything else, so you keep on seeing these things here. Some of the times I don't need to be marking them. I've already seen them. Yeah. So this one here, this is another one at this point. So let's say be coming from a previous supply zone, right? Now in a bigger scale, something like this, right? Um, it mustn't feel immediately. Sorry. Okay. So let's say we have a structure like this. This one talks about liquidity more than change of character. So let's say we have a structure like this, forming something like a bearish flag and going to the upside. So you're expecting price to clear everything here. You're expecting price to clear everything here, right? Every damn thing here. Remember, this is not me explaining change of character, like basic for you. I'm trying to advance the chart. So this is a change of character here. Now, if you look at something with this one didn't trigger immediately. It's informed. This one didn't trigger immediately. It's formed. It's waited to form something like a liquidity for price to read. All these things are buy orders. They are buy orders, right? Yeah, people are making money from this thing. But remember, these are just retracements. You aren't trading the main thing from the market. My connection keeps getting bad. This thing will be ending in 1 minute time. So let me end it and host again.